Hi, David Odell here with Odell Complete Concrete. You may recognize this job from a previous video I did, that wheelchair ramp with the radius steps, driveway addition. That was a different project. Now we're here again at the same location. We're doing a partial retaining wall for this front yard. So if you look at the neighbor's property, how it's continuous slope, well, this is going to get completely changed. It's going to have about a 3-foot high retaining wall, and then it's going to have a step. The dirt's going to be flat in the front yard, and then it'll just have the block wall. He's going to add probably some wood on top of it later, but in the meantime we're just going to put similar to the next yard adjoining right here. You can see they did some stack stone there to retain some of that dirt, and we're kind of doing the same thing here at this property. There's a 3-inch drain pipe you can see that we put in on the previous video for the downspout adapter and backyard drain. It goes through the curb face right here. Here's my new attachment for this little mini skid steer. It's a little 1-foot wide hoe on it. It doesn't have, the bucket doesn't swivel, it doesn't really rotate. You have to shift the whole tractor to make your dumps, but seemed to work out really nice. You'll get to see that in a few minutes here. It cut this dirt really easily. I was surprised how well this thing worked without outriggers or anything. It didn't even try to drag the machine at all. We're making this footing about 2 foot by 2 foot. Got a little tricky over here when I was kind of in on the embankment. Didn't have quite enough space, so I kind of had to come in there on an angle. But there's your dumping procedure. Kind of move the whole tractor to dump it out of the hole. And this dirt was very hard. I couldn't, when I started driving some steel stakes in here for string lines, you could tell how hard it was. And this cut right through it. Here's the return back to the property line. And it's going to have some steps coming down this footing. Also, the wall will have steps in the height of the wall. We hit some big roots over here, and that was kind of the true test when I started hitting some big roots. How easily I was able to tear through them without really dragging the tractor around. So basically we're going to have the 2x2 footer, and then on top of that, about every 10 feet I'm going to do some earth teeth, 1x1 pockets that are going to be going down into the bottom of these footings, just to really key it into the ground. There's a sprinkler that we found that we're going to have to cap off. That was coming from the neighbors. So we're going to dig that back, cap it, test it, and then bury it. The pipes you see sticking up right there are just for future, because the drain's going to end up going all the way down that side yard into the backyard at some point, and then out through the curb face. Also, that drain's going to connect to a perforated drain pipe behind the back of this retaining wall with some gravel and filter paper around that. That way the pipe never gets clogged and the water can run freely through it to the pipe. So here's some of those little deepened areas I was talking about, putting those in. So if you'll notice, after I dug all those footings, how level the outside working area was, really no trip hazards. And that's always nice to work on a job where you don't have to constantly walk over humps and bumps and jump hills of dirt. So we graded it out, as you noticed here. Easy to load the pallets, walk around the job site. Those kind of things make a big difference in the end. All the blocks, the design of this wall, we're going to have some 8/16s along the bottom. That's because that's where the backfill is going to come up. So we'll have a bigger block at the bottom. And then on top of that, we'll just have the standard 6/8/16s. 8/8/16s on the bottom. And then 8/6/16s on top of that. Also, we're going to have one split as a decorative. This is all tan block or new fawn. And it's going to have a split on top, and then it's going to have the flat cap on that. It's going to have a 4-inch height block and then a 2-inch cap on our final top of this wall. Just a little decorative touch, basically. What we've got is 1/2-inch steel all the way around. And then we've got rebar every 24 inches vertically. And we've got like a 6-inch tail alternating directions on the bend. Now they're all spaced on that one bar on the horizontal. We've marked that every 24 all the way down, and then we just tied our uprights to that. Angled them in for the temporary pour. Once the concrete gets in place, then we can cut that top tie and open up the bars a little. And we are going to stack the concrete a little bit higher than what the dirt shows on the outside edge. There's the step downs in the footings. We got 2 of those. There's the existing footing. We're actually underneath that one, and we keyed underneath it a little. That concrete we placed on the previous video, and you can see how the concrete came out underneath the form. We used a 4-inch high form, and it was about 6 or 8 inches deep, so you had that slag pushing out under it. Alright, now we got the DeWalt laser level out, just establishing elevations. Basically, this whole wall has to be built without a string line because it's on a radius. It's a radius all the way down, so it's a lot of eyeball work. You can see the string line's in there, but it's not where really the wall sets.
David, so you went to those exactly 12?
Oh no. Whatever that cement is, straight with the concrete. Let's measure, what's the concrete? How much is it that way?
Right here is almost 12 feet, like 3.
Let's check this side right here. Hold it right there on that. On the whatever inside or outside. Okay, it's 12 foot 3 to here. 12 foot 3.
Yeah.
Let's check it. Right here. So we put the centro de barria 12.
I'm gonna pull up to there.
Let's check it down there. Yeah, perfecto. 12 de centro de barria, huh? Yeah, that'll work.
Is that theirs?
No,
Oh.
I don't know. Nobody knows whose that is, but you can pull.
I can pull up next to it. It's just these streets are really narrow.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I want to get you right there, so I'm not in the way, and we could pull the hose.
Hey, you want me to take you all the way to the front of that car then? Before you touch it? Would that be enough?
No, it's gonna have to be right.
That's pretty close. How's it going? Did you pull a night shift last night?
They did it
They
on
don't do
Thursday.
Sundays,
They did it
huh?
on Thursday and Friday. Well, they were supposed to.
Oh, they did?
But I took off on vacation.
Spread them apart.
Oh yeah, that's my son just got back from New Orleans.
Oh, all right.
That's why he's not here today. He's recovering.
See how this is?
You have a vacation for your vacation.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
Yeah, it does.
This is kind of interesting here. The laser, you actually could see the light inside the hat because of the shade. Oh, that's a good idea, huh? With the sombra for the rojo luz. Oh, that's perfecto for there, huh? Oh, we're just gonna follow this line
Yep.
to the first step down, and then
Are you
I'll
right up
measure
to it? Or you got 7?
Yeah,
you
it's
got
right
7
to
or
it.
4?
right to this line at this point, and then we drop to 7. Yeah,
7 up, okay.
we'll go here even, and then we'll drop 7 or 8, whatever.
Hey, you ever do decorative concrete inside of a house?
Yeah, I've done some nice floors.
I got a lady who wants them done in Huntington. Gage. Oh wait. And she wants them done. I'm gonna give you her number.
It's decorative flooring in the house.
She wants it like polished after you lay it down, polished.
Oh yeah.
And then like some kind of blue or something. I don't know.
Oh really? That's interesting. I don't know if they got a blue.
It's not blue
yeah, I think
concrete. I
they
think
do.
it's like a dust on.
Oh, it's a blue. Oh
with
really?
some
They
so
might have a
she's-
water-based stain in blue. No, 14. 14, yeah. it's
14
good.
or you want 7?
No, 14 here. And then good down there is going to be about 21. All right, so the reason the height was 7 and 21 because that allows us about 1 inch to push that block down into. Because you know the block's 8 high. So that's why we built it up a little bit. That way you can set them a little early and it squishes down in there and locks in real tight. Behind the block, you can see how we're creating a little gap there between the slab and the block. That'll get filled in when we grout. So we started out with the 6/8/16s because we're not really retaining anything there. Then it jumped right into 8/8/16s. Hey, you want some gloves?
Yeah, there you go. Got some gloves. You got new ones, huh?
Yeah, well, I've had them for a while. Yeah. I got,
Yeah. Want to finish your style, brother?
I got 2 medium-sized shirts, but that's it. No one wears a medium. Do you wear medium?
Yeah, look at
Oh,
him,
you do?
dude. I'm trying to train him. He's my youngest son's buddy. His
Yeah.
parents moved it to Tehachapi. He's like, so he moved in with a friend. So what are you doing for work? Dude? Well, I'm working here and there. I'm like, dude, get your ass, let's go to work.
Yeah.
I'll give you some money. He's like, I'm down. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
that's the way to do it. That's like my sons. All their friends from high school work with them.
All my sons, I mean, I got 4 boys.
Oh, you got
Lolo's number 3.
Oh,
Then I have
yeah.
one younger. He's 17. They're the same. That's his little homie right there.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, come on, dude. You want to work? Yeah.
That's cool. Left, right. You wear medium?
No, large.
Oh.
Shirt? Large.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I only got medium left.
Wear it though?
Oh, okay.
You know what I forgot? If you had told me 25 or 3,000 yesterday.
Oh, that's okay.
But you normally get 3,000, but
Yeah.
I threw it on there, but I charge you the 2,500 price.
Oh, okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah, I was.
So we got 3,000 PSI for the price of 2,500 PSI. I gotta do that more often, actually. That's kind of a nice bonus. So as you can see, the 8/8/16s pick up right there at the bottom. And then as this ground gets higher, the further we go away from us, you'll probably have about 2 to 3 courses of 8/8/16 in that corner down there. And then it'll jump back to the 6/8/16s. This side's just all 6/8/16 really. There's no retaining here. And this was a fairly easy, because we had a nice radius established on the slab, so it was fairly easy to follow. I don't know why it started going off here, but they ended up getting moved back in. Now here's those steps in the foundation. Every time you take a step, you have to add a half block or take away a half block. Because every time you step up, it's a different course, and each cell is staggered, or each block is staggered on top of each other. Now here's some of the excess. I salvaged a lot of that footing mix, and I added water to it to keep it, alive until they got this first course set. That way I could go ahead and start backfilling behind the block. This also has colored mortar for between the block to match the block, because this is new fawn color or tan. Basically, they set all that block just by using a level. The string line is nice to have and a lot easier to lay block quickly, but this is all radius, so it's just by eye and a level. And that top block, you notice how the bond beam block, which is a portion of the inside of the block, broken out to allow for excess concrete to create a bond beam with steel in it, so you get some reinforcing there. And then that ties in vertically all the way down the block to the footing. Here's the splits going on top. this side portion of the wall is going to have one step down in it. So on this far end we have 5 block approximately, so that's about 40 inches plus that 4-inch cap. So it's about 44 inches high right here. Notice how that mortar is a little dry at this point, and the beauty of that is when you start striking it, smoothing it out, it's not smearing into the block on the outside edges, it's just flaking away. Also, what they created here, they'd got an old hand float and they wrapped it with some carpet, and then they wiped the block with that. Kind of smooths out the burrs off the mortar and gets any excess that's kind of gotten crispy on the outside of the block without scratching the block. If you use like a real hard abrasive, like a wire brush or something, you actually see the scratches in the block. Now here's a grout bag, just doing a little touch up on some of the areas that needed a little bit more mortar in between. Now down here I'm just digging out. We're going to set up a mow strip just to continue out that property line all the way to the curb. Because on one property they're going to maintain that lawn, on the other property, even though it's public works, they're going to have a different type of look. They're going to go with some decomposed granite with some holes cut in it for plants, so you don't want the grass to transfer over to that area. So a concrete mow strip or curb is ideal way to maintain the separation in the 2 yards, and that's what we're doing here. The reason I'm getting it set up right now is because we're getting ready to grout this wall before we throw the 2-inch flat cap, and I'll use that grout mix that we're going to fill the wall in for the mow strip as well. A little roofing paper there on top of the new concrete that we did in a previous video, just to try to keep it clean while we're doing this process. You can see that 8/8/16 block, how it steps in now. So that's about the height of the dirt. Inevitably, when this gets all waterproofed, the dirt will come up to about that 8/8/16. Then you'll still have a good foot and a half of wall to prevent, from people just randomly running off the edge and falling. And then I think he maybe put some vertical, or actually, horizontal wood slats on top of this wall, going up a little higher. You're gonna mount something like 3x3 steel on the inside of this wall, screw it into the wall, and then continue it up, and then drop some horizontal wood on that with some nice spacing in between them. Here's the other end of the property, and we're going to have a mow strip here as well. He's already got his drain and his irrigation pipe underneath that footing of the wall. He's going to use bubblers to each one of these wells he's going to create in the decomposed granite he's going to lay out here in the front. I'm just going to lay one bar in these mow strips. I'm going to go with the Owens Corning 3/8 inch and just drop one in there after the pour.
Hey, how's it going? This is yeah.
I remember you.
Oh really? Oh yeah. You got like 3 trucks now, huh?
What's up, Odell?
Yeah, you were working. Who were you working with? Bender, right?
Back in the day.
Yeah, Bender. Oh, you're still going at it, huh? That's
But this
cool.
was out of my hands because I did somebody else's job.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when a pump breaks, I mean, you're done. You're done. It's shut down for hours. It's just the way it goes, huh? You had to charge them. I bet you made a bundle on stand time though, huh?
Yeah.
On the last job?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even my job. I was helping somebody out.
Oh, so you can't
I
get
was
stand
the
time?
cleanup.
Oh, you're the cleanup. I know that guy. He used to work for Bender.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I used them, let's see, Palo Verdes. Yeah, I used them on a job in Palo Verde a while back. I forget what his name was, but I think I still have his phone number, surprisingly. Huh?
And he goes, well, just go tell him you're amigo. He goes, fuck that guy. He's 3 hours late. He ain't my amigo.
Oh, who said that?
The pumper.
Oh,
Hey, it happens.
I know I should have just left the guy I had ordered. He would have been on schedule, on time.
Why?
Chacon ordered this guy. And my guy would have been here on time.
Well, he was on the job. The pumper.
Well,
It happens.
yeah.
I'm gonna make a big mess with
Oh, look at that. Oh, man. You walk walls a lot?
I do, yes. I like to do it myself, not my customers.
Be careful when you, there's step
Yes,
downs.
yes, thank you.
Those are the dangerous
Yes, sir,
parts.
I appreciate that.
I've fallen off of walls
I have
before.
plenty of time.
It's not fun.
No. Got a step next to you on the right. Yes, sir, thank you. Yeah, these TAs, you can lower them to a trickle if you want.
Yeah, I didn't know they could go that slow.
Oh yeah, I can go slower too if I wanted to. This seems to be just fine right now. Just in order for me not to make a mess, I'm gonna leave you half a cell down.
Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Look at that, he even pushed the concrete down with it.
A little bit in there?
Yeah, fill her up.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's pumping in nicely.
Yeah, it's so wet. Crank up a rebar.
Oh, look at that, yeah. Is that what they call self-leveling?
That's it right there. And it has rocks in there.
Self-leveling with rocks. You can't beat that.
All right. We got a little bit splash over here. Make sure they get that before I leave, please.
Oh yeah, they'll do it. These guys are pretty thorough.
Oh, they are. I've been working manual for like 15 years.
He started working for my dad 35 years ago.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He's a good guy to have for concrete.
I knew him when I
forms.
was like a little kid.
That's great. Forms, blocks, bricks, everything.
Yeah.
Alright, so as we pumped that little mow strip out, I went ahead and filled the wheelbarrow just in case we had some low areas here and there. Because it was a self-leveling mix, I was anticipating some of that concrete to settle, so I had a little extra that I could backfill with. The concrete truck was about 3 hours late because of the previous job they had a pump that had clogged. So we ended up getting it done. We just had to wait a little while. Now I'm just taking off those top spreaders of that mow strip and smoothing it out, edging it, getting it ready. I'm just going to leave a smooth finish on these mow strips. Sometimes I broom them, but in this case I'm just going to leave them smooth. So, you know, you're going to get a lot of dirt down on there, and then the smoother it is, the easier it's going to be to clean them. Well, that's basically the finished product right there. And then I'll just do the same thing over on this side. And these mow strips are about 6-7 inches thick. On the block we came up short about I think 3 caps, and I noticed I had 2 cracked ones on the pallet, so I think if all my blocks were intact when I got them on the pallet, I would have had enough material, but I had to get 2 more, so I had to go back to the yard, and it's another day to come back, do some cleanup, put the final cap on there. You notice the pencil marks on the block? That just marks where every vertical steel is, even though this whole wall's solid grouted, so it's not really that crucial. Other than the only reason it is crucial when you drop your verticals, you hit your verticals coming out of the footing.
So what's it feel like, Julio? What's it feel like when you're almost finished and it's 6 o'clock in the noche? Were you too muy contente por vámonos la casa? Or no?
Sí.
How about you, Manuel?
Pretty good.
How does it feel to get ready to roll it up at 6 o'clock in the evening?
That's pretty good.
You ready to go home?
Yeah, ready to eat. Drink it.
Yeah. What are you gonna drink today?
Cerveza.
Tequila? No tequila?
No tequila, es azúcar.
Oh yeah, that's true. Poquito hielo. Let's go talk to Rich. Let's see what Rich thinks about it. Rich, you ready to head home?
Yeah, I gotta go shower. I gotta go to the sink. something for my
Been a
dog.
long day today, huh?
My wife told me, she was, oh, you know, I don't know. I go, shit, I'll be the guy that drives the cars. Oh no, that's a hard job. You couldn't do that. I just looked
Hey, are you gonna try to make a cap out of that?
We can't, because there's a bunch of these back there, a bunch of block. Daniel.
I don't think it's the width.
But no, there's
Oh, they're 6
full
inch.
block back here. You can make 2 caps.
Oh.
There's full block like these. What do you think?
Oh, because you gotta cut it. You'll have a saw. You'll have a cut on one side.
No, there's full block back there.
Oh, it's más flaca. Más flaca aquí. No grueso, yeah.
It was worth a try.
I like your thinking, though, I'll tell you that.
So basically cutting the block for the caps wasn't going to work no matter how you did it.
There's that 8 inch. So you got 8 inch on the bottom. Then step it into a 6 inch. So all the loads down there on the bottom, basically. So we went 8 inch just to get a little more strength at the bottom. More concrete in there and thicker. So this is the deepest area of the dirt in this corner when we backfill. Yeah, so when we backfill this thing, what's gonna happen is this drain, it's already cored through the curb over there. Connect the drain, we run a perforated all along this bottom, wrapped in gravel all the way down the bottom, about 1 foot wrap of gravel and drainage fabric around the gravel. That way the dirt can't infiltrate the gravel or the pipe, just get clean water. So it's almost like a water filtration system. You could potentially drink the water out of the end of that pipe, you know, in an emergency situation.
Okay, here's the next day. I had to find these caps, which isn't easy to do, to find any kind of materials. Everything seems to be not in stock. So that took a little doing, but I was able to find some. Two and a half block there, 2.5 caps. And then down here at the bottom, those open ends of the block, I went ahead and filled those up with a grout bag. The water doesn't need to travel through those blocks because it's going downhill. This is what the finished product looks like. It's a really nice improvement for this house from the curb appeal, street look, you know. What we did here really looks nice. So the block's on the same radius as the street. That was the idea behind that, and it kind of looks really you know, exotic. It's kind of an exotic look, really rich, expensive type look. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like these kind of videos, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and have a good one.